Hi, welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and it's starting to feel like fall, but we know it's not lasting.
No, but it's okay. It's nice to have a little cooler weather.
It was
break.
a little bit cooler break because my poor flowers were like,
I know,
dying.
I threw one away, one of my hanging baskets that
my
gets
two,
more sunlight than others. It was kind of fried, and there was no saving it after that heat wave we had.
You know, both my hanging basket died, so I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did because it just, what is this, August? Mm-hmm. And it just, I mean, I usually let them, they usually die like about before July because I get tired of, because you got to water them things 2 or 3 times a day. And I just don't have time to do it, but my other stuff still looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mine's not looking too bad, but I am ready to buy mums.
You know what? Yeah, with that little bit of a cool spell really gets you in that. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's just a different feeling outside because, like, when you go outside, it's, you know, that sound, you know, that sound, the cicadas, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of fun. I don't know. I do love fall. As much as I love summer, fall's right behind it. So my 2 favorite seasons are back to back.
Mine are too.
Yeah, yours is
fall and winter.
But
I don't hate. I mean, I don't like the heat. I don't like to be in the heat, but I don't hate summer. I mean, there's a lot of great things about summer.
Yeah.
So it's been a really good summer. Like we've had a good.
I thought it was a great summer. Yeah, it's a lot of things going on, a lot of changes happening, and just all sorts of neat stuff. Gosh, you look at the calendar for September and for August and
things
September.
Are about to get really busy.
Goodness sakes! Yeah, that's the only thing that's bad. Just like,
and it goes by so fast. I mean, summer goes by fast, but I really think fall, and it just, you blink and it's Christmas. Yeah. I mean, it's just,
I don't even know where fall goes.
And when you have kids in school, it's like, okay, you have the start of school, and then immediately like football season starts, and sports. Last year it was volleyball, just us running around different sports, doing different things, and then before you know it, it's, you know, there's apple knocker. There's cemetery tour. I have a big work trip in September, and then boom, it's already October.
I know.
Well, then
October
explodes with all of the fun October activities that we do.
Yeah.
And then it's November, and it's my favorite month, and then November is the shortest month of the year, in my opinion, because after Thanksgiving, it doesn't really feel like November anymore. It starts to feel like December, even though it's still November.
Yeah.
And so you feel like you only get 3 weeks of November, really. I don't know. Some people might not feel like that, but I do.
Yeah, the Dollar General. I was renting Dollar General because I had to get a trash can to put in my chicken coop the other day. And I haven't been to Hobby. I haven't been anywhere, but I imagine, and Dollar General's pulling out the old. All the fall stuff is out.
Yep. They even had a table of like red and white, like plaid, like cookies, like baking cookies. It just made you think of like Christmas cookies. I don't think it said Christmas, but it definitely had that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I haven't been to, have you been anywhere lately? Have you been to Hobby Lobby or TJ Maxx or anywhere? I haven't been anywhere.
Been to Hobby Lobby. I did last week take Carissa shopping one day, a couple different malls. We were in Indianapolis and went to some fun malls But, you know, the mall is more like back to school clothes and stuff. That's what we were getting. So,
and their malls are coming to an end, I have a feeling.
I know, and I don't understand it. We went to 2 that were really, one was like a really high end with like Tiffany's and Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
But it had some others. Of course, we didn't buy anything at those stores, but they're fun to browse through. You know, like, oh, this purse is only $4,500. You know, can you even imagine? No, I can't. But we did browse through some of those stores. But then we went to another mall that had more like your regular stores that you would, you know, like buy jeans at and get back to school clothes. And that mall was really a happening place. And I told Chris, I'm like, this is how a mall should feel. Like, this is the malls, like one that you would visit in the 80s or the 90s. Like, there was a ton of people in there. They were all walking. Every store had people in it. It was very clean, felt very safe. It was a super nice mall. I'm like, I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's getting where they're not even safe. I mean, a lot of malls aren't even safe now.
I felt perfectly safe there.
I'm a St. Clair girl. Man, I used to just hop in my car and go over to St. Clair and hit that mall and just walk around that whole thing by myself. Now I'd be a little bit more intimidated to do that now. I don't have a problem like going in like Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx and HomeGoods by myself. Before, I used to just take off and go, but now I'd be a little bit more intimidated.
Yeah, I mean, you see videos over there of like there was one where some woman just walked out of Macy's and was like carjacked right there, and the cameras right there. On a
and that's where I always parked.
Yeah,
I parked on this. I had a specific area I parked in where I went into Macy's because Macy's was my last store that I hit.
Yeah, I park at Macy's sometimes too.
That's where I always parked.
But I sometimes park there by that main door into the mall. But my favorite place that I used to park, I can't park there anymore, was Sears.
Yeah,
because they back by like the lawnmower section of Sears. There was an entrance where you could pull up, and there was like 10 parking places right by the door. But most people didn't even know they were there, and there was always an empty one. And you could pull up, and you would be like within 5 or 10 feet of the door. And so I always felt a little safer, even back then. Like if I was alone, like I could just enter and exit and be right in my car. But
yeah, I always parked. The reason why I parked at Macy's because I was never leaving that place without 2 or 3 things of perfume, and it was going to be heavy to carry. So that's why because one of my biggest loads was always from Macy's. So that was going to be the last place I was going to go, and then I'd go back to my car. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about mall shopping. Is if I could have a shopping cart through the mall, I'd be your girl. But
we used to just
when I was younger. Oh man, I just bag it all the way through.
I never had to do that.
Now that I'm older,
I'd always have my dad. Like when I was younger, my dad he carried all of our packages and he went back and forth to the car. Yeah, he was fantastic. I would always go by myself because I shop by myself because I normally don't like to shop with people because I'm like a tornado in there. I have my certain places I hit, so I would carry everything myself. But like I had a plan of action. Yeah, I always like having a plan of action.
Yeah,
too.
But then but like I said, it's I don't know, it's just a little bit. I don't know, everything just changes.
Everything changes.
And I don't want to do all online shopping. I
don't mind doing online shopping,
but I don't want it all the time.
I don't. There are some things you just can't do.
And
like blue jeans is one of them. Like we need back to school blue jeans. Like
you can't. Everything's different.
You just don't know. You could go in a store and try on 5 different pair that are all marked whatever size you are, and they're not all going to fit the same. So. I ordered this online. Yeah, that's cute.
It is cute, but it's like a tent. I mean, it's ginormous. And then I ordered another one, kind of like it, and it couldn't even. I mean, it's super snug. Same type thing, just different color, same size, and it's just like look. I mean, it's like a tent. I mean, bigger is always better, but because you don't really know. But like, I mean, like it's like a. I mean, it's way too big, but you can't tell it.
Yeah, no, it looks
don't matter. But like I said, it just clothing anyway though. Nothing you could because I'm a Cato girl. Cato is my store, and I can just go in there and get my size, touch the material, know what it's going to fit or not. And I did hear that Cato's was shutting down like a few thousand of their stores. Oh, well, you talk about I'll be heartbroken if Cato goes out.
Yeah, you will.
That's the only place I buy jeans. I will be heartbroken.
I think Cato's is a nice store, but I do think as a taller person, they don't fit me as well as they do you.
No, they fit me perfect. And so if I find out that Cato's if like my surrounding area, I will literally go, and I'm not lying. I will take a weekend and I will hit every Cato's and I will buy every pair of jeans my size and I will buy them completely out of I'll travel all of Southern Illinois because I can't be like, oh, Maurice's jeans. I can't wear jeans from anywhere else. Cato's are the only ones that fit me.
See, I'm just about the opposite. I can wear Maurice's jeans, but not Cato's are all too short on me.
Yeah, Maurice's are just too tight on me. I can't stand it. Well, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just like I said, I'm paying attention because it's like, okay, what Cato's is shutting down next? Because I'm going.
Hopefully none in our area will.
They better not.
Yeah.
I won't be very happy.
There used to be one in Effingham though, and they shut it down a few years ago, right?
And it lasted about a day. That one didn't even last long at all.
They should have given it more time to catch on.
Why didn't they? Because it was right up there by that Fujiyama.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. That seems weird, right?
I know. Yeah, because you're right. I didn't feel like it was there any time at all, really. And they were like, oh, we're closing.
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm like, no, because I like Mount Vernon. I'll go to Mount Vernon.
Vernon has a nice one. Yeah. Surely if they were to close Salem, just say that was one of them, then surely they wouldn't also close Mount Vernon.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, who knows? People do stuff every day that I don't understand. So
that's true. I don't know.
I don't know
either. So. But yeah, it's crazy. But I don't want to go. Like I said, I don't mind Amazon. I shop on Amazon for things. But when it comes to clothing, and then there's been things I've ordered on Amazon. It's like, okay, that's nothing like what I.
Oh right, yeah. Their clothes sometimes are a little overpriced for how junky they are.
Yeah, no,
not all of them, But
no, and then even like home stuff, it's like you get it. It's like, it's not what I expected. Mm-hmm. But I did order an ice maker the other day for my countertop.
Oh, see, I want one of those so bad.
I love it.
But I have next to no. I mean, my counter space is not much at my house. I have a very small kitchen.
Oh my gosh,
it's great. I wish I had a place for one, but I can't figure out where I would put it.
I love it. That's what's in here. Ice, because my everything is always. Like I've got a deep freeze in my basement. Mm-hmm. We've got 2 small deep freezes out in the garage, mm-hmm. and then there's a refrigerator out in the garage. But like Jim makes homemade ice cream, mm-hmm. so they're always full. And when Jim buys bags of ice, Jim can't just buy like a little bag and just put it. But even a little bag in my refrigerator at home takes up the entire bottom part of my. It just takes up all that space, mm-hmm. even a small bag. And so the other day it's just a little one, and the ice. I'm thinking I didn't want to spend like $300 on one to get the soft ice, so this makes cubes, but it's soft. It's kind of soft. I love it. Great, it's great.
Okay.
And now it's great.
See, I wish we were neighbors, because then I would just use your ice machine. I'd just
come over anytime.
I'd fill my cup every morning. No, I'm not going to try.
The house is unlocked. You can come anytime you want.
Don't say that. You'll have everybody else in town there.
No, just Beth. No, Beth is the only one that could come all the time. All right, what ad I picked a really neat ad today, I think. I found an old Oreo ad from the 30s. Let's see. Look at him. Is he not adorable? Look at this little fella. Look at that. And apparently, open up an Oreo cream sandwich and take a lick. We have been licking the inside of Oreo cookies since the 1930s.
Wow, that long, huh?
Yeah, you'll taste the yummiest cream filling ever put between 2 luscious chocolate cookies. Nabisco loves cookies. That's why they make them so good. But look at the packaging. Look how they used to package it with red and white. Uh-huh. Yeah, National Biscuit Company. But I thought that was kind of a cool ad.
Yeah, it would be so cool to have an Oreo from that recipe, mm-hmm. and then an Oreo from today's recipe.
Yeah, because I wonder what the difference is.
Yeah, bet theirs are better.
Probably huge.
Uh-huh.
Now, see, I don't like regular Oreos. Mm-hmm. I like the vanilla ones. Okay. The vanilla, the white. The white one. Uh-huh. And I love the mint.
Ooh, no. I can never eat a mint one.
Do you not like mint ice cream or anything? Mm-mm. Oh, I love mint. I love mint. Mint.
It's like seriously one of my least favorite things.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the double stuff. Or the mega stuff, because I think the center is my favorite part.
It is. It totally is. Yeah, I like the double stuff. Now, I'll eat the chocolate ones if it's the double or the mega, but the regular I'm not going to do it. But I like the mint and I like the vanilla. But anyway, but yeah, I think we're going to take a commercial break and you're going to come back and do something for us.
Yeah, we are. I got several different stories, so I got some like mixed match stuff. But we're going to talk about brothels and murder.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
that's fun.
We'll be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I
don't even know where you're going.
Yeah, so I ran into a story about brothels in Illinois. Uh-huh. And so I started thinking, were there at any time brothels in Clay County? Because there were brothels in history all over. Like, even little towns had them, boom towns, oil towns.
Oh, yeah.
We've had all of that.
It just is what it is.
Railroad towns. We're a railroad town.
Yep.
So, it is the oldest profession in the world. So, where were they in Flora, Clay County? And, how many did we have? What was said about it? Were they just not talked about? And, sorry, I've been so sick. So I asked.
Can I make a guess before you start going?
Okay.
I'm going to take a guess it was on Can Alley.
I think that there was a very high chance that there was some on Can Alley, although I don't have proof of that. But
shoot,
Can Alley, for those that haven't seen that earlier episode, we interviewed Margaret Duke and Margie Yinks, and they talked about, and they were in their late 90s, I think, when we interviewed them.
Yeah.
And we talked about, different parts of town and what they remembered when they grew up. And you can find that episode on our YouTube page. But one thing they talked about is living on Can Alley, which is really South Mill Street now. It's a different, Mill Street's more like what it's called. No one calls it that anymore, Can Alley. But that was where all the bootleggers were. There was in the 20s, there was a lot of bootlegging during Prohibition, and that's where the bootleggers were. But it was also basically kind of considered like a ghetto. Like, that's where the poorest of poor. There was a lot of train vagrants that came through that would go to that area and knock on the doors. Just kind of like the bad things in town were all happening there. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was a brothel of sorts there.
There had to have been.
I'm sure there probably was. Mm-hmm. I haven't been able to prove that, and
Nobody's
just
talking.
taking guesses. Nobody's talking. And that's the thing, like, and all of the history that Stacey and I have researched, all of the books, all of the pictures, all of the things that the Genealogical Society we can get our hands on. Like, we have been doing this now for 2 years. And even before the show started, we were into history and we're kind of already researching stuff. So, and all of that, have you ever seen anything talk about a brothel or any prostitution
Not
at all in Clay County? No, because it was simply swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Like, no one talked about it. It was just part of it. But if you weren't involved in that, then you just ignored it. But I did. I'm in the group called You Are From Flora, Illinois. And so people that follow that page are usually a really big help.
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, if I'm researching a topic and I need, like, hey, do you remember this? Do you have any ideas about this? What have you ever heard about this? Blah, blah, blah. There's always someone that'll chime in. So I had several people that chimed in. And one person said that he remembers hearing that there was one at the West Y, that close to the Booth oil property. And that he thinks it was functioning up until the mid-1960s.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, so we're not talking like way back in the early days. So he's all the way up until the 1960s. But he also says he has no idea when it was shut down. And then someone else thought maybe the bus station or the train station would have been in close proximity to one. There surely was some.
Oh, yeah.
And then... another person wrote that rumor has it there were several around Bunnyville in the 1930s. So this wouldn't surprise me. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Bunnyville, it's south of Clay City and there's a lot of oil there. So like anyone that came into town for any kind of oil boom or anything like that,
a lot of people did.
Yeah, there would have been what she put, something like that around Bunnyville. And she said there's also rumors of free trade girls who just worked when they needed money for something special. But she said most of the people that would remember this have already passed away. So that is about the extent of what I know about local brothels. I was also told by someone that they were pretty sure there was one in Clay City earlier at times, but no information on that. So again, they were around, but they just weren't talked about.
Right.
But when you think about Flora's past, you don't want to think about the bad things or the scandalous things, But that all was going on too. Yeah, we should do another episode on the bootlegging, too, because there was a lot of that.
Bootlegging was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome stories.
Yeah. So,
and talking to
Margaret and
Margie was hysterical.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best days of my life. They were so funny.
They were so funny.
They were hysterical.
So, in the article that kind of led me to start researching brothels was basically brothels in Illinois. So, I mean, we try to keep the show about local stuff, but we also, do whole state or whatever. But I didn't realize there was a red light district in Chicago called the Levee District. Have you ever been to that part of Chicago?
Yeah, visited all the time.
I don't know that it
Worked
still is
there
this.
once. No, I'm
this
kidding.
is Stacey. This Levee District was from the 1880s until 1912. So we're talking the golden era, the whole Gilded Age, basically, which I think I said this last week on the episode, but if you're not watching The Gilded Age on HBO Max, you should be, because it is incredible. You could just be there for the costuming. They deserve an Emmy. It's amazing.
You told me to start watching it, and I don't even really know the storyline because I'm too busy looking at everything in the background.
Yeah. The homes, the sets.
Oh,
I mean, it's unreal.
Unreal.
If you loved Downton Abbey, you would definitely love this. It's the same creator,
beautiful.
But yeah, so, and recently on an episode of The Gilded Age, they went to a brothel, a high-end brothel. Okay, these rich guys went to this high-end brothel. So, that's what I picture when I hear about this. But police raids shut it down in 1912. But it got its name, the Levee District, due to its proximity to the wharves in the city. It was 4 blocks of Chicago's South Loop area. And it contained brothels, saloons, dance halls, and the famed Everly Club. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Everly Club. Ty, do you have a picture? Let's see if not that one yet. There's one of just the whole street. Yeah, let's look at that one. This is South Dearborn Street in the Levee. This is circa 1911, so this is just about a year or two before everything kind of got closed down there. The Everly Club is on the far right, closest to you, and that was a very high-end brothel.
It's a pretty building.
It is a pretty building, and so this is kind of where all of the nightlife was happening. And let's see. There was one called the House of All Nations. And this is similar to the Parisian establishment of the same name. I guess there was one in Paris named that. Anyway, girls from different countries of the world worked there. So, like, if you said, I would like an Asian girl.
Oh, my Atlanta. Seriously?
Yeah. They had a large menu, if you will.
Oh, my.
Yeah. There was another brothel called the Little Greenhouse on Bedbug Row. Now, that sounds like someplace you want to go hang out for a while, doesn't it? Bedbug Row. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, then there was this one's a saloon, not necessarily a brothel, although a brothel could have been above it. Yeah. It was called the Bucket of Blood.
That is craziness.
Yeah. And the name most likely comes from the fact that in the morning, after numerous brawls and stabbings, blood had to be cleaned from the floor. So again, this is a very rough area.
I would be
and
scared.
it's easy to romanticize that history is pure and clean and all these bad things weren't happening like they are today. But that's not true. Like, history tends to focus on painting it as a beautiful picture, but there was opium addicts, there was sex addicts, there was all of these stabbings and fights and knives and guns and shootings, and all of that was happening then too.
Oh yeah. See, that's what's so funny. People are like, "Oh, it's so bad, everything's so bad today." It was like, it's been, history's been bad. Nothing was ever.
Yeah, there was one called Freeburg's Dance Hall. That was a brothel between 22nd Street and State Street, and the restaurant offered a bar, a dance floor, and contact with prostitutes. And according to the Chicago Vice Commission, the dance hall was one of the most infamous venues in Chicago after it was learned that women were often kidnapped and forced into prostitution from there. So sex trafficking has been going on for a long time. I mean, it's a hot topic today. It was happening then, too.
Wow.
And then let's talk about, it said the lowest level of the brothels were simple houses in the bed bug row.
Oh, God,
yeah.
That's so
and that is where women of color worked there. Mm-hmm. They offered their services for a quarter, often under poor hygienic conditions. And that's sad.
It is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the main one that we want to talk about is the Everly Club. Yeah. And this one, we have a couple pictures, Ty, of the interior. Let's look at this. Okay. Oh. This is the Japanese throne room. Cool. Japanese throne room. So the Everly Club was a high-class brothel in Chicago that operated from February 1900 until October 1911. So really, about a year was the only time it was there, but it made a huge mark in history because, 11 years. I was reading that as 1901. So it was there for 11 years, but it made a big mark on history because it was owned and operated by two women named Ada and Minna Everly.
Sisters. So
Ava Everly was the older one. She was born in Virginia in 1864. Minna came later in 1866. They both originally had the last name Sims, but the sisters took the name Everly, which was inspired by their grandmother's tradition to sign her letters, Everly Yours. So there was like one of them had a failed marriage, whatever, but they had gotten some money over the years, and they took that money and invested in a brothel. They had received $35,000 in inheritance.
Oh, wow. That was a big chunk of change.
In only 2 years, the women doubled their investment in addition to earning a considerable profit. So they relocated to Chicago. They went and they toured a whole bunch of different brothels to decide how they wanted theirs to be. They wanted wealthy men is what they wanted. Right. So they wanted upscaled it. Yes. Mm-hmm. So they bought one of the buildings. They fired all the women and completely redecorated the entire building with the most luxurious appointments available. Silk curtains, damask easy chairs, oriental rugs, mahogany tables, gold-rimmed china and silver dinnerware, perfumed fountains in every room, a $15,000 gold-leafed piano for the music room, mirrored ceilings, a library filled with finely bound volumes, an art gallery featuring nudes in gold frames, and it says no expense was spared. Let's see. Some of this doesn't really... Okay, wow. So Ada was the one that recruited the staff, and she started by contacting her former employees in Omaha and spread the word through brothels across the country. She conducted face-to-face interviews with all of the applicants, and they had a ton of applicants.
Well, because I was going to say, if you're going to work somewhere, that'd be the right place you'd want to be.
Yep. The brothel opened in 1900, and they turned away many of the clients who initially appeared because the Everly sisters did not deem them to be upscale enough to seek. So they had just regular men show up, and they were like, no, you're not going to be here. So this way they became exclusive to only the richest of the rich men.
They probably took care of the girls and everything.
So these ladies were pretty smart business girls. Smart. I mean, not the type of business I would ever want to associate with, but they definitely knew what to do.
That's interesting.
The other sister, she was a little bit more soft-spoken, so she focused on the business transactions and managed the books and the finances. Yeah. She took care of the logistics. The other girl, she was more outgoing, so she taught the girls charm and culture and personal interaction. And
we need to take a break.
Oh, okay. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to, by the way, with Beth and Stacey. I'm talking about brothels in Clay County and brothels in Illinois, and I'm talking about this fancy one that was in Chicago that was kind of upscale. They turned away all regular people. They reserved themselves only for the highest, richest, classiest men, which I believe this one is very similar in looks as to the one that was recently on an episode of The Gilded Age, if you watch that show. The Prince Henry of Prussia visited the club. And there was just so many people that were turned down to even go there that it was like a badge of honor if you had been there. So,
wow.
So Henry's main goal for visiting was actually on paper supposed to be collecting a ship that was built for his brother, the German Kaiser Wilhelm II. But really, what brought him there was the Everly Club. That was his main interest. So he had a huge party there. They put on a big party for him. And while the girls around him were dancing, one of their shoes fell off. Their slipper fell off. And while it did, she also spilled champagne. Uh-oh. And then one of the men in the prince's entourage drank the champagne right out of her slipper.
Okay.
And that is what started the trend of drinking champagne out of a slipper. This place was so big, it employed 15 to 25 cooks and maids. So there was women working there that were just simply...
They just hired women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In 1905, Marshall Field Jr., he was the son of the department store, Marshall Field. He got shot in the abdomen there, and he died. Some newspaper reporters said it was an accident, but most people believe that he was shot by a prostitute there at the Everly Club. There's also been other men that have died there. Anyway, just an interesting place that had a beautiful interior. They spared no expense. Let's see another picture of it. Yeah, this is the front entrance.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, they had it very ritzy, you know.
I wish that was in color.
And
look at that staircase.
Yeah, so
it's gorgeous.
Let's see. Somewhere I thought I had.
And I'm assuming they lived
plan.
on the premise too. The girls did.
Yes,
probably.
They did. They had, I believe, their own apartments at the very top. I was going to go through the floor plan with you. I can't find it right now, and I don't remember it. But basically, you went through this opening area, and there was like downstairs, like a large dining room. I think there was a ballroom, and then there was like 25 or more rooms upstairs. And then the next floor up was the owner's room, I believe. But is there any other pictures, Ty, or is that it? Oh yeah. So that's what it looked like from the outside, like a straight-on view.
Wow.
So
that is gorgeous.
It's a very pretty building, and it was
huge.
One of those that was huge. Yeah, basically had multiple levels, and each level went way backwards, you know, so they were big rooms.
Is it both sides?
Yeah.
Wow. Wonder what they paid for that building back in the day.
I don't know. I think I could have found that. It was there somewhere. Okay.
That's crazy.
So I don't have a whole lot left on this show, but I'm going to switch gears and talk about this murder that I came upon. And it was some women, or there was they were from Edgewood. And it says that the shooting deaths of an Edgewood man and his Arcola daughter on Christmas Day in Mexico occurred in an area where at least 15 other incidents of robbery and violence have occurred. Okay, and this is in a newspaper dated December 29th, 1976. Okay, so this really wasn't all that long ago. When we talk about things that were from the 1800s, this one's fairly new. It says John Garst, 69, of Edgewood, and his daughter, Mrs. Roy Brown, 43, were found murdered in their car about 4 p.m. on Saturday. Each was shot once in the head, said the Mexican police. The lights in the car were still on when it was found alongside the highway between Durango and Mazatlan, a Pacific Coast resort city about 575 miles south of El Paso. Mexican authorities have still not been able to determine a motive for the slayings. And then, quote, the strange thing is that neither of them was robbed of belongings. For now, the only thing I can imagine is that someone may have been an enemy of them and followed them until they could jump them in an isolated spot. Do you think someone from Edgewood followed them to Mexico just to kill them in the middle of nowhere?
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so
That
either.
would be silly, wouldn't it?
The police said the 1975 Mercury car in which the bodies were found was discovered alongside the road about 50 miles away from Mazatlan in a mountainous area. The State Department said on Tuesday that at least one other American has been murdered since May in that state. There have been other reports of robberies. So, see, they were in a high-crime area. I don't think somebody local followed them. We understand Mexico is increasing security in that area because of the peasants occupying land and its pretty widespread banditry and lawlessness in the area. The area is also a heroin-producing region, and some of the crimes are believed to be drug-related. Rather than somebody following them and shooting them in someplace no one would see them, I think they probably saw something they shouldn't have. And the people were like, they got to go, and shot and killed them.
I would think so.
And they don't care about robbing them. They just didn't want them to ever say what they saw. That's
what I would think.
That's what I would think, too. We can certainly say that there have been many incidents in the area, and these are only based on citizens' reports to our consulate and police reports. We have sure there have been other incidents where Americans have been stopped at gunpoint and robbed and just turned around and went back across the border without telling anyone. The civil unrest involves Mexican peasants taking possession of land owned by upper-class citizens. When asked about the details of the double murder, the State Department official said, "We can confirm the accuracy of press reports, and we have notified the next of kin, but we cannot release any information except with the permission of the individual concerned or next of kin." The official with the Bureau of Security and Consular Affairs said the details could not be released because the Federal Privacy Act, which makes individual State Department employees liable for releasing information about persons traveling abroad. The theory that an individual's right of privacy ceases at his death is still under administrative and judicial review. So basically that's it. I know some of you may remember this. Some of you may be probably related. 76, and 76. the family could be watching, the Garst family, and I'm sad for your loss. And I wonder, like, did they ever get an answer? Was that ever solved, or what happened? Wow. With it happening in Mexico, I kind of doubt it did get solved. I'm sure they just were like, I don't know. We don't know, and you're an American, so we're not really going to invest a lot of money. And, when cartels were going on in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
So, the Mexican government...
It sounds like it was a cartel thing.
And the Mexican government wasn't going to, fight with the cartels. They were just like...
They still don't.
No.
Yeah.
Cartel says, don't look into this.
Cartel wants.
Yeah, then they probably didn't.
No.
But,
It's crazy, though.
That's just another reason why. And they were 575 miles into Mexico from Texas. So they were way down there. Yeah. 575 miles, like that would be, if you were driving, that'd be like 8 hours into Mexico? Probably. If you were driving? Like, I don't know. And it was mountainous. Like,
And why? Yeah.
I don't
Why
understand.
were they go-
I'm sure
yeah.
they felt safe, but they weren't.
No.
And I just think, sometimes you just got to be a little careful about where you vacation. And at that time in the 70s, people probably didn't look at it that way. But now there's just been so many things happen.
Yeah, if you're going to go to
like,
well,
you go to a resort, you stay on the resort.
I remember when Linda lived down in San Antonio. We'd jump in the car and drive the 2.5 hours and go across or drive over to Laredo and Laredo and Laredo or whatever you call it there in Mexico and walk right across Mexico, right across that Rio Grande and drive across it sometimes and park in Mexico and walk right over there. And man, we just felt that this was back in the 80s, 90s. We used to do that all the time. It was okay. Well, you wouldn't catch me not to save my soul now.
No, me either. I mean,
now if I go to Mexico,
thankfully
I fly
you
in
girls
or
were
boat in and I don't get off a resort.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you girls were safe when you did that, but
yeah, we did. Yeah, we never did it by ourselves. I mean, my Uncle R.C. was with us. My dad was with us.
Oh, okay.
Jim was with me. We had men with us. We never did go by myself.
Well, she had a man with her too, but they shot him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sad.
Crazy.
Yeah. Do we need another commercial break or
where
are we?
We got a couple more minutes before commercial break. That is nuts, though. I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
But yeah, they didn't release
they
any.
Never did find out anything.
And they stopped releasing. They stopped releasing any information on it, and they blamed it on this Privacy Act.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
And then the Privacy Act says that any government file is maintained on an individual is protected from disclosure.
Yeah.
So they're saying even after that person's dead, she's still protected. Yeah. And we're not going to release anything, which I think is a good way to hide stuff.
When we flew into Cancun, and there was the young people today. I've been to I don't know how many different countries. When I go into another country, I walk the line, man. You're in another country, and nobody cares you're an American. Yeah. You can't throw, I'm an American. They don't care. And I'll tell you what, especially like when you're in Mexico or something like that, I mean, you don't. And we were in the airport, and we were getting our luggage, and I don't know what happened. And anyway, this one young girl, young 20 or something, I don't know, she went to one of the little Cancun stores right there in the airport or whatever. I don't know if she did shoplift something. I don't know. But anyway, they're coming out, the lady's coming out. It's like, she stole this, the Hispanic woman. And the girl's like, she's arguing. Of course, the next thing you know, the police are right there. And I was just like, and the mom and dad were like, I'm like, I was sitting there thinking, you guys need to shut your mouths. You are in Mexico. You need to shut your mouth. Yeah. I didn't steal anything. I was like, well, you better hope you didn't.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, because like when you go into those places, whenever and then we were that was when we went to Isla Mujeres. Whenever I go to those places and I'm there, I mean, my hands are free. I mean, I'm basically walking around like,
oh yeah,
oh yeah, no, you don't ever just like fiddle.
Oh right.
Oh no, you don't do any of that. You just keep your hands visible, and you would never just. No, you just don't. But yeah, I was like, little girl, you're fixing to get arrested. Finally, her dad went over there and said, you need to shut your mouth. Yeah, because I was thinking, and then part of me was like thinking, you know what? It might be a little bit.
Good for her.
Satisfying to see the Mexican police throw her down on the ground, because that's a spoiled little girl. And I mean, seriously, she was like, and I'm like.
And what gets me about people that shoplift, and some of these young people that shoplift, is it's not because they can't afford it. It's a whole like thrill to them to get by with it.
Yeah,
like they're privileged. I don't know.
I totally do not believe that Hispanic woman running that just chased after this young girl, accusing her of shoplifting when all of us had been in there by Yeah. No, and then she comes out
something fishy about it. She probably actually did shoplift something.
She was a brat. I was really wanting to see her.
Yeah.
And then Dad was just like, and Mom was like, "Oh, what's got you?" And I'm like, "Well, you're clueless. Shut up."
Yeah. Do you remember that story? It was like in the late 80s, maybe early 90s, where this boy went to Singapore and he did something that they accused him of something there. I don't know what it was.
But he got caned?
Yeah, and he got caned. That was a really good. It was a big media fight. Like, is he going to get caned? Is he not going to get caned? Yeah. That's the caning was.
He broke the law. He broke the
law, but because he was an American,
he thought he'd get away with it.
He thought he would just get away with it because he probably would have in the United States, and he didn't expect to be caught. Yeah, and he did. And then it's like, okay, well, now your punishment is caning.
And
then all these Americans were up in arms, like, that's cruel. That's cruel and unusual punishment. And it's like, no, he willingly went into a country, and when you do that, you have to follow the laws of that country.
Shocker!
And the repercussions. And he did something bad, and now this is.
I didn't have a problem.
It's cause and effect.
I didn't have a problem with the getting caned.
I was just like, I can't even imagine doing what
horrible.
he did and receiving a punishment like that. But hey, you know what?
You go to another.
Yeah, and if you're somebody that likes to travel and do stupid stuff on vacation, boy,
you better be careful.
You better know the laws of that country.
That's the other thing.
You could end up in prison for the rest of your life in some other country.
Yeah, because honestly, the last place you want to go and twist off is Mexico. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't go to Mexico to party and get drunk and stuff because you may not come out alive.
Yeah.
And we got to take another commercial break.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Jimmy Order Lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, Jimmy Order guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. So another thing I brought with me this week is just this. I went to this amazing estate sale in Champaign with my friend Jessica. And this, I could talk the rest of the show about this estate sale. It was, and I should have sent in pictures of this because it was a woman. It was a sale of a woman and her husband. They'd both passed away. They didn't have any children. The husband, I think, had been gone for quite some time, and the woman passed away recently. She had filled her small ranch-style home up with more stuff than what you could possibly imagine could be fit into a small ranch home. So the estate sale was in her home. There was a group of about 30 employees with this estate sale company that had already sorted through everything, boxed it up, labeled it, and priced it. And they had a dumpster in the front where they had thrown away a lot of stuff that they thought wouldn't even sell. And so basically this woman was a hoarder. And what she hoarded were all of my favorite things, Stacey. She hoarded sewing machines. She hoarded fabric. She hoarded craft books, quilting books, crochet books, knitting books, and all kinds of smaller things like beading and knit.
Did she have quilts? Did she have
she had
quilts?
Stacks and stacks of quilts that were for sale. She had stacks and stacks of unfinished projects that she had started but were only half finished. She had hoarded Christmas stuff, and I love Christmas stuff. I mean, beautiful Christmas decorations. She had all these Jim Shore figurines. She hoarded nativity scenes, nativity sets. She had like cabinet after cabinet after cabinet full of nativity sets, like gorgeous stuff. And all of her items, like she didn't just have like little $99 sewing machines from Walmart. Okay. Her sewing machines were, you know, the most expensive one. I think they had priced at $3,000. And it was worth every penny of that. It was probably a $20,000 machine. And for those of you that don't sew, yes, that is a real thing. She had a beautiful antique Singer featherweight from 1939 that was a rare one, and it was $675, I think, which was also a pretty fair price. Anyway, this place was incredible. But in the bottom of one of the boxes was a stack of old newspapers and old Life magazines. And the majority of them were about Kennedy. I'm saving that for maybe another episode on something else. This one was about Pope John. And
what year's that?
This is 1963, June the 7th, 1963. This Life magazine sold for 25 cents. Now, is Life magazine still published?
Yeah.
How much do you think a copy of it is now?
A copy of Life magazine?
Yeah, like if you were going to go buy this week's copy of Life magazine.
I'm going to go $16.50.
Ty, will you Google that? Because I don't even know the answer, but I bet they are
How much
expensive.
is Life magazine today?
But
$16.50. I have no idea. Magazines are expensive, though.
Mm-hmm. So it just had the most beautiful ads in it. Like, look at this one with this guy.
Have you zoom in on that one?
Yeah. This one is for Fleshman's whiskey.
Big goodbye.
Yep.
Get in on that one. Is it zooming?
There
it
we go.
is.
Yeah, in fine whiskey,
look at him.
Fleshman's is the big buy. There's all kinds of cigarette and drinking ads in here, but then she's walking by in the background like, hey, you got a big bottle there, buddy. I thought that one was super cute.
Swing.
Yeah. And then here's one for bourbon.
Oh, my. Oh, that's a good ad.
If you can find a better bourbon, buy it. Ancient age bourbon. But, yeah, and then that looks like cologne or something on the other side. But
oh, yeah.
There was, let me find another good one. The photographs are breathtaking.
Oh.
$5 or $6, that's it?
$5 or $6 for a Life magazine?
How often are they printed? Is it once a week, or is it
looks like it's
a monthly issue
you
now?
Oh, I like that ad.
Is this appropriate for TV?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a pretty.
Let me get a position right.
Yeah.
I dreamed I swayed the jury in my maiden form bra.
I love it. I'd kill for that hat and that fur.
And that body.
Well, oh, I forgot. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What's that one?
This one is actually an ad for a watch.
All the wedding dresses?
And I'll tell you what it says in a minute. It says 95 ways to get them to the church on time. So all those brides, and they're saying with this watch,
that's funny.
That you will get your bride to the church on time.
Now that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Look at those dresses.
Look at those dresses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
And the little hats and stuff. I love vintage wedding dresses.
I do too.
Yeah.
Mine's getting vintage.
Yeah, mine's getting vintage
I had a
too.
super cute hat. Are you serious? $6? Yeah. I was way off.
Here's a Hoover Dial-O-Matic. New kind of cleaner. Hoover Dial-O-Matic. Where's the bag? Where's the motor? Why the dial? That's probably a really good sweeper.
I would imagine all of our readers are like going, I remember these ads.
Yeah, I mean, this really wasn't all that long ago, but I just love the pictures.
So good.
Okay, you'll like this one. This is world famous hairdresser tells why you should use a special Color Fast shampoo if you color or lighten your hair.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it interesting there were so many male
hairdressers
back then?
Who is that? I can't read it.
Let me read it.
Yeah, who is it?
Michael Kazan.
Michael Kazan.
Color is a vital part of hairstyling today. Used imaginatively, skillfully, hair coloring brings a woman's true beauty to life because it is so important. It's important to keep it right. Mr. Michael is known for originating many of the world's great hair fashions for his Paris and New York salons. Naturally, my patrons expect me to achieve the loveliest, most becoming hair coloring for them, a subtle, delicate tone, or a lively, natural-looking new color. Imagine their disappointment, and mine, if this precious color were changed by a shampoo.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
This is actually Clairol shampoo.
Yeah, cool. That's a neat ad.
It really is, yeah. So, anyway, just a little mixed match of stuff today with the brothels and the murder and the old ads.
Brothels,
but
murder,
old
shampoo ads.
Yeah, we got it all this week, really.
That literally sounds like us.
But, you know,
Why would
a lot of times I don't have enough. Like, I want to talk about a topic, but it's not enough of it to take up the whole episode. So you kind of have to put 2 or 3 together sometimes.
Well, yeah, we get so many. Those newspaper ads are some of the greatest stuff ever. But, you know, you can't do that's why you have to just combine them all together.
Yes.
And old ads. I don't know what it is about old ads that I find so fascinating.
I don't know.
They're
but
so cool.
They really are.
Yeah, they're really neat. You just can't beat them.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, did anybody see how Dairy Queen did at Miracle Treat Day?
I don't remember.
Anybody hear?
No, I don't.
Do you know anything about the person receiving that this year?
I didn't know them, but I wish them the best. And yeah, that was certainly a busy day at Dairy Queen. And I know every time I drove by, it was packed. It was packed. Yeah, we got we got some things. We're gonna get our blizzards later, but
yeah. Thank you, Wabash.
Yep, Wabash gave those
for giving
to us.
those to us. But yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't know if anybody knew. But Miracle Treat Day is a great. Wow, that's a great thing, and that's a national thing, right?
Yes.
That's a national thing. Yeah,
but
that's
I think
cool.
our Florida Dairy Queen does it a little differently. $12,000 is what they raised. That's awesome.
So how does that work? Like if they raise, is that like if they pay like everybody they raise $12,000 and then Dairy Queen matches that or half that, or how does that work?
All of that money, well, $3,000 of it went to Children's Miracle Network.
3,000 went to Children's Miracle Network.
The remaining 9,000 went directly to
The remaining 9,000 went directly to the family that was featured.
That's nice. That's a great thing.
I think other Dairy Queens just do it and then donate the part to the Children's Miracle Network. But I think our Dairy Queen picks a local family and does more.
Really? You would think they would all do that.
Ours is the best.
Ours is the best. I'm gonna have to say ours is the best.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's a great thing. It should be going to the family, and that's everybody. And that's probably David Billingsley. I'm sure David started all that.
Yep.
That sounds like something David would do.
Okay, let's end with something funny.
Okay. Ha! This is funny. One summer, I was walking out to the pool at the hotel where we were staying, dressed in my swimsuit. A guy sitting in a lounge chair asked, "Going swimming?" I said, "Nope, I'm just a really shy streaker."
That's funny. Oh, he cracks me up.
Bill.
Yeah.
So funny. That's a good one, old Bill Engvall.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, we're at the end of our show. So, as always, you can catch us on Wabash Catch TV, Channel 100, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. and again at 3. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays. And you can find all of our episodes on YouTube. You just have to type in Beth and Stacey and click on our page. And you will find all of our shows there, either under the video tab or the live tab. And that is it for today. So we'll catch you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.